Two competitive people are kind of just like yin and yang. Like, they're always against each other, but there's just this beauty that comes when they're always constantly competing, and there's just a lot of tension and excitement when there's two competitive people doing pretty much anything. Like, they could be thinking about who can drink this bottle of Coke the fastest. And usually the person who drinks the bottle of Coke the fastest, like, vomits, and the person who lost might have also vomited, but they're probably laughing at the person who vomited first. So usually there's a good spirit and just a general enjoyment, and usually just suffering all around when there's two competitive people. But this is not the case with what we're about to talk about. Am I the a-hole for grounding my daughter for ruining our vacation? My husband, daughter 15, stepkids 13 and 16, and I just came back from a 2-week vacation. My daughter is very smart and is very good at a lot of things. She's also very competitive. My husband is also very competitive. There we have the yin and yang. My daughter started off this vacation by telling my husband there was Sudoku on the plane and explaining how to play. He didn't know that she's been playing Sudoku for months. She made a bet with him that if she finishes the hardest level first, he'd buy her Wi-Fi for the flight, and if he finished first, she'd share a bed with his younger daughter on the trip. His younger daughter was complaining about sharing with the oldest because she kicks and sleeps in the middle of the bed. She beat him and pestered him until he bought the Wi-Fi. I mean, he can't be mad. That's actually just like a 5D chess play. Like, if my daughter beat me in Sudoku or in some bet that way where she was hiding that she had this hidden talent, that she was like a master Sudoku player or a master chess player, I wouldn't even be mad. I would just be surprised, and I would be kind of proud that she pulled a fast one over me, to be honest. So, I mean, he can't be mad here. In my shoes, I would have laughed it off and like said, hey, you can get the high-speed Wi-Fi for that. That was incredible. I'm gonna take one and use that in the future. So, I mean, here, I mean, don't hate the player, kind of hate the game kind of situation, I feel like. When we got there, she'd challenged him to races on land and in the pool. She's won medals at state track meets and has been swimming since she was 2. Every day she'd challenge him to something, win, and he'd have to buy her something from the resort or local shops. My husband was getting sick of losing, and my stepdaughters were upset that their dad was buying her stuff and not them. So I told my daughter she either couldn't compete with her stepdad or she had to let him win. Well, you can never tell a competitive person to let the other person win. Like, you can't force them to do that. That's just not in like the good-spirited nature of somebody who's competitive. And also, this guy starts to need to, you know, make the challenges himself. Like, he needs to be the one saying, hey, no, you're not gonna challenge me. I'm challenging you to something. We're playing the game where we're seeing who can reach the top of the vending machine. Oh, you can't? Guess you can't challenge me anymore. Guess I'm the best at reaching the top of the vending machine. So sucks to be short. Gotta get good. Like, he needs to start making some of the challenges here, or also not being a poor sport about losing to a kid. Like, I mean, I know you're competitive, but also you just need to be a good sport. So I think he has some issues here for sure. She decided to tell her stepdad that she wasn't allowed to compete with him anymore because he couldn't handle losing. Oh man, I'm sure he was really happy to hear that from a kid. I'm sure he was thrilled about that. This made them start to argue, so I told her that if she didn't keep it up, she'd be grounded to the resort for the rest of the trip. A little over a week at this point. She decided to test me, so I stuck to my word, and she was left at the resort while the rest of us went out every day. That's a pretty crazy punishment. A trip is kind of something that for a lot of people comes like once every few months, maybe once a year even. So to take it away and just lock her in the resort for a week, I mean, I wouldn't even want to be locked in my room with just a phone for a week. I would get super bored. I wouldn't even know what to do. I feel like she would just be so upset. I feel like that is a really mean thing to do to a kid. And also, why did she go about like grounding the kid? Why didn't she just tell her husband like, hey, can you just stop accepting these challenges? Can you just like say no so she just stops bothering you? I mean, I feel like she really just went to the nuke button really quick there. I mean, there was definitely a lot of other stuff she could have tried before that. That was definitely an extreme solution and a bit of a party pooper, I feel like. The vacation was much more enjoyable without her turning everything into a competition, but she told her dad when she got back that we grounded her and he's mad at me now for leaving her there and excluding her from the vacation because my husband couldn't act like an adult. I mean, fair play there. I mean, the new husband really just had to say no thanks. I told him my daughter was warned to stop, but she decided to test me, and now he's forcing her to stick to the custody schedule. Technically, I have her every other weekend, but he was letting her go back and forth whenever she wanted, and is threatening to go to court for child support and back pay. Am I the a-hole for grounding her for ruining the vacation? I'm gonna say yes. I mean, you're an adult, your new husband is an adult, she's a kid. She's probably just doing it because she thinks it's fun, or like that's just what she knows to do, to how to interact with people for some reason. Like, I mean, this is not the way to correct this kind of behavior, and there was no need to take this kind of behavior so seriously. Like, this is a crazy reaction to a little bit of like competitiveness, and I think honestly your new husband is a little bit of a poor sport, and honestly I think he should probably just get good. Anyways, this was just a really funny story. I hope that, you know, this wasn't a lasting effect. I hope that they actually just get along now and this was like a one-off thing. But I mean, like I said, like grounding someone for an entire vacation is a really serious thing that a lot of people can have a lot of resentment for. So definitely not a good look. But what do you guys think? What do you think she should have done? Like, I'm pretty sure that she just like kind of felt like after she gave that ultimatum that she couldn't like not follow through on it. So I think that's probably why she followed through on it. Like, she didn't want to be like, oh, I'm just somebody who says stuff, like I'm all bark, no bite, something like that. Pretty sure that's why, but I mean, she really still shouldn't have gone through it. She shouldn't have threatened that in the first place, and she shouldn't have gone through with it, in my opinion. So I think she is the a-hole. I'm not gonna say this little kid is the a-hole for like having fun, like, hey, you want to fight me in sudoku? Like, how is that bad? Like, how is that bad? Like, you can just say no. You can just say no. I mean, or you could do something else. I don't know, like take her phone or something. I don't know, or like don't reward that behavior. I don't know. You guys let me know. You guys let me know. That's my opinion. Peace.